KFAN's Corey Cove, December 8th at Eagle Street in St. Paul for Coors Light Hockey Night. Drop by starting at 7 o'clock to pregame for Minnesota versus Seattle. Enjoy ice-cold Coors Light specials and play trivia for your chance to win great prizes, including sweet tickets to a game in January. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Make the keyword calendar.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the 2026 IIHF World Junior Championship.
Tell me about it, big boy.
It's heating up, folks. WorldJuniorsMN26.com. Get your tickets now. There's all sorts of different packages. You can do the full session. You can do a single game, all that stuff. Available, WorldJuniorsMN26.com. World Juniors coming to town very soon. Best hockey players in the world. It's going to be great.
I got to learn more about St. Paul crime. This is fascinating.
It's fascinating stuff. Well,
Dude.
have you done the caves and all that stuff?
I haven't, no. I'm afraid of stuff like that, but I might try it just because it's cool. Listen to this, man. Listen to this. Dapper Dan, the guy we were just talking about, Irish-American organized crime figure, who was innocent, by the way, in my opinion, political fixer, and boss of St. Paul, Minnesota's Irish mob, both before and during Prohibition. Following Hogan's 1928 murder, his former position as leader of organized crime in St. Paul was taken over by Lithuanian Jewish gangster and former Hogan associate Harry Sawyer and his ally, corrupt police chief Big Tom Brown. They did not share Hogan's distaste for unnecessary violence. The collusion with both the Dillinger and Barker Karpers gangs resulted in some of the most infamous crimes of the Depression era and in the rise of the Federal Bureau of Investigation under J. Edgar Hoover. All of that in St. Paul.
Wow.
Who knew?
I didn't. There's a lot going on.
I know.
You know the other fascinating thing that I looked up during the break is that Dapper Dan actually dressed like a slob.
Is that right?
The opposite
So
of
not
dapper.
that dapper.
Yeah. He was
a man after my own heart.
Sweatpants with shorts over the top.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the history of the Twin Cities, Benjamin, you've asked me over the years that, like, have I learned a bunch of stuff while I do initials clues, right? While I basically have to do book reports. And my answer is always, I don't know how much of it I actually retain, right? It's probably in the back of my brain somewhere, but it's just, it's the cost of doing business. Do you feel, in how many years you've been at Twin Cities Live now?
Maybe 3.5.
Do you feel like in the 3.5 years you've been there, you've learned so much about the Twin Cities in Minnesota that you would have never known existed because you didn't have to see stories or learn? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You must be super connected.
Well,
right?
you find out all these little hidden gems that the rest of us don't know about.
So yes, I don't retain it. I just know that, okay, I know there's a website that I can refer to if I need to. And there's people that I can email to say, hey, there was like this great little restaurant in Monticello. What was that again?
What was the name of that? But you just even referenced the caves. Like, have you learned about the caves through Twin Cities Live?
No, I remember stuff like, calling the herbs that you put in a soup the aromatics. I'll remember things like that.
Wow.
Which
they're
I've
playing
never.
the Fillmore next week.
Yeah, I've never used that term ever.
The aromatics.
I'm getting TCLified. It's like they like to say that inside the office about me. So there are different aspects like that, and even I'll say things at home, and my kids will be like, "What? Like that's not how you talk."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Abby, are we not having aromatics?
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Wait till you get home today and you're like, yeah, kids, move.
Calm down now. Turn the lights off. The coppers are outside.
Now, your kids are too old, but that could have been like a Twin Cities boogeyman. Like, you better go to bed or Dapper Dan will get you. He'll slit your throat, or at least Big Tom Brown.
Yeah, when I just walk around with a cane and spin it around. I'm Dapper Dan.
Love it.
Do you think Big Tom Brown was big, or do you think he was like my size?
What?
And it was
He looked like a combined frame.
Yeah. We'll find out more because now I'm obsessed. Speaking of obsessed, my top story of the day is the Powerball.
Ooh,
What's it at now?
It's up there again. No one won the jackpot
Damn
last
it, I
night.
bought tickets at Holiday.
I know. We were all hoping you weren't going to be here today.
That makes all of us.
The estimated jackpot for Saturday's drawing going to be about $820 million.
Oh, nice.
Cash option around 383. Some players did luck out, however, with $2 million tickets sold. One in Kentucky and one in
Mississippi.
Florida. Sorry.
That's not where I bought mine. I bought mine at the Holiday in Champlin.
That's close, yeah. Tickets are $2 each. Odds of hitting the jackpot, roughly 1 in 292 million.
You know what I think about way too often? And this is such a waste of time.
Guess.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
Is let's say I won $1 billion in the Powerball, right? Then the taxes come out and you walk with, let's say, a half a bill.
Yep.
I'm so dumb. I'm basically like, how quickly could I become a billionaire? How fast could I invest and take 400 or 500 million and make it $1 billion? Yeah. 5 years? 10 years?
I bet you'd take like 10 years.
Maybe 10?
Yeah.
Depends, because you're not going to invest all 500 million, right? You got to keep some of it.
Yeah.
You got to have some of it liquid.
You're just live check to check so you can get to $1 billion.
Right, just so I can be a billionaire as fast as possible. I don't know. I would just wonder. Because that would be fun to win it and then eventually be a billionaire.
Well, if you're aggressive, you could probably go pretty fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would you want to be a billionaire on paper or like legit have $1 billion in cash?
Little of column A, little of column B.
Yeah.
Both. Why not both?
Because you can invest in sports teams or something like that. And like on paper, you're asset-wise, you've got $1 billion.
Look, I'm going to need to move some money, so I want it to be as liquid as possible.
Yeah.
I got to be able to put it on a roulette table on a whim, you know?
Yeah.
What you feeling?
Whatever the opposite of Dov is.
Okay.
I'm just going to have to sit down with a calculator and see how many years I think I have left on Earth to see how much money I can spend per day.
Per day.
I'm not investing in a damn thing if I win the Powerball.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just keep it all for yourself. No, why risk it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, can I share a story from last night? Kind of the main story that I've got for you guys today.
Oh, my Lord. Yes,
please. You know, so we have, I think collectively in this room, we all we meet people out in public and it's like, most time 99% like great interactions, right? Sometimes the conversation gets a little awkward because of
they hate you.
Well, this particular case, I don't think the guy hated me, but he says very interesting conversation. So I won't say where I was at last night, but I'm out and about with my family.
Maynard's.
And this gal's like, hey, you're the guy from Twin Cities Live. I'm like, yeah, hi. And she's talking to this guy next to him, and he's wearing a Green Bay Packers stocking cap. And so she makes a crack about him being a Packers fan, talking to me or whatever, and he's like, we just kind of go back and forth. He's like, yeah, I really appreciate what you do on the radio and all this. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And he's like, I do remember you playing for the Vikings. I go, oh, yeah. I was like, well, it's kind of a long time ago. He's like, yeah, I mean, you weren't the best. Oh, but you tried really hard.
Oh, cool.
And I really appreciate your effort out there. That's literally what he said.
I appreciated your effort.
He goes, I really appreciate your effort out there.
Thank you.
That's what I said. I'm like, well,
thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
I guess.
You know what you should have said?
You never played ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have said
you
that.
wouldn't know. You never
wouldn't
played.
know.
Yeah.
I played ball. You didn't.
Yeah.
Douche.
That's kind of awkward.
So I did say when he said that, I was like,
should have pushed him over.
Yeah, my response was like, well, that was my intention, is to go out there and play with a lot of effort there, bud. So,
oh man,
wow. I'm like,
you kind of heated.
I was like, you don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say anything. Like, I'm not looking for compliments.
You
here.
weren't the best.
I'm actually walking to the cashier to go pay to get out of here with my family.
Weird.
You don't have to say anything.
Was this a big dude, little dude, in between dude?
No, he was young. He was normal looking guy. I mean,
you said he had a Packer hat on.
He had a Packer hat on.
Did you?
Was he drunk?
At any point threaten to go flip over his four-wheeler?
So I'm gonna take your snowmobile, sir.
I don't want you to incriminate yourself, but just nod if
he's dead.
I'll just say that he shouldn't start his car.
Ooh, Big Ben.
Dapper.
Ben, is there anything that could make you happier this morning? Anything could lift your spirits a little bit?
Sure.
What about sugar?
Sure.
What about people wishing you a happy birthday or something?
Is Joe behind me?
Not interested.
Yes. You want to bring it in?
I mean, there's like 1,000 people in the studio behind you.
Close, Ben.
I mean, that really brightened my day. Because last night was...
Hey, man, but at least you tried.
I tried.
You tried
so cute that you got to the NFL and you tried.
Not only did I try, but my efforts were noticed.
And Ben, you do not look like you're turning 60 today. I just
look at that.
You look great.
That looks like a dapper Ben.
It does. Look at you.
Let's see what this is.
Man.
Here.
I mean, when it comes in a cardboard box to protect it.
Wow.
Boom.
Don't bite the head off.
Boom.
No, don't start the car.
Boom. Yeah, don't push on the gas pedal.
Oh my gosh,
Boom.
Ben.
Boom.
That is
Boom.
Somebody put a lot of
this on
effort
KFAN.com/watch right now?
into this, just like Ben tried in the
Here's
NFL.
the big reveal. Thanks, Justin.
Oh, geez. Look at that giant Vikings helmet cake.
That is amazing.
Jill, you're the best.
Look at that.
Look at this. Oh.
That's going to make Twin Cities live. That'll be in the opening segment today. I almost guarantee it. Look at this.
Pretty good for an effort.
Or at least on his
All
actual
right,
birthday.
Jill, come here.
Look at that, man.
Oh.
Thank you. That's so nice. Always so nice. Always so thoughtful.
That's awesome.
Turn it around.
Calm down.
Right, eyes.
Oh, and the cake.
There we go.
All
Can
right.
you maybe move the mic out of the way here? There we go.
I mean, dude, it looks like a real screw. That is awesome.
Whoa.
I don't know. How do they do that? Man.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know how they do that. I really don't. They get all the details.
Yeah.
You know what? And I think they even got my attached earlobes. That's really good.
You have
really
attached
did.
earlobes?
I do have attached earlobes, yeah.
Is that right?
Well, look at the scruff, too. You know?
Yeah, even, oh my gosh, they even got like a little bit of the 5 o'clock shadow.
yeah.
Look at you riding that helmet.
Calm down.
Okay.
The hey, Cake Ben looks a little bit like Charlie Brown.
A little bit, yeah. He kind of does. He kind of does.
Oh, flat in the back.
Is it your birthday or Zach's?
If it was Zach's birthday, those legs would be spread a little bit more.
I got the ball in the right spot.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
ball
awesome, man. If you're not looking at KFAN.com/watch, you should.
That is amazing.
The
Here.
masterpiece.
Jelly, who makes that cake again?
Is it Battered Spoon again, or who'd you go to this time? Battered Spoon again.
Battered Spoon. Battered
Well
Spoon, thank you
done.
so much. You guys are amazing.
Look at
And
you.
you guys gave me a flathead, but that's okay.
Man.
Happy
You know?
birthday, Ben.
Look at little
Charlie
Ben.
Brown Ben. That's awesome.
Look at you.
I'll have to wear one of those helmets like the kids have to wear. Just
The,
to reshape my head.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the Guardian caps,
That
but you
one I
mean
thought-
when they're younger.
Yeah, no.
Great posture.
Yeah, I got a really good posture.
You really do.
Oh, they even got the cleats.
You know what?
Look, they like put little cleats
Yeah,
on.
Attention to detail.
You know what that player on top of that helmet looks like? A guy who tries hard.
That guy gives a
Effort guy.
lot of
Yeah,
effort.
a lot of effort, man.
You know, I'm on the scouting report. Try hard white guy. That's what that's what it was.
Endless
Lucky
motor.
Endless motor.
Not bad for a cracker.
Made a few tackles.
It's one of those safe crackers.
Yeah,
It's not the best cake.
Not the best.
not the best cake,
But they
I
tried.
can see the
There's one
effort.
Wow, that's really cool, man. Imagine that. That's real cool. I watched
this
some of
is
that
great.
holiday edition of Is It Cake or whatever the
Yeah,
hell
with
that
Mikey
name is.
Day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I don't know how they
I don't
do
know how
it.
they do it. It's crazy.
That show's addicting. That's a
is.
show on paper that I would hate, but
I
my
know.
family likes it. So
Yeah.
once in a while, I'll get caught in the Is It Cake vortex.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've watched like 6 episodes in a row, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't know if any of these are cakes. I've just wasted my whole afternoon.
Yeah.
God dang it. But he's such a likable guy. I love Mikey Day.
Hey, Fargo, can you stay one more segment?
Yeah,
We didn't hardly
yeah.
talk college football at all.
This would be really hard, this cake, to actually put a knife into, wouldn't it?
Well,
This
that's
is
the
perfect.
thing. It's like
this is a perfect
I
cake.
obviously am going to take it home, but I don't even really want to
I
cut
don't think
into
you
it.
can. I mean, it's a perfect cake.
Well, can I
For an
ask
effort
the
guy.
awkward question then?
What?
Zach, you want an hour with it?
I only need like 30 seconds.
More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Power Trip Morning Shows. We celebrate the birth of Ben Jesus Leber.
He's an effort guy.
He is.
BJL.
That's what we call him.
Your actual birthday is what, Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
46?
So I'll be working 47.
47?
Wow, dude. It just gets better from here.
Yeah, right? I wish that were the case.
You know what? In some ways it is. In some ways it is.
Right.
And it's-
Speaking of getting older,
it's better
Ben.
than the alternative.
Since you are about to turn 47, do you have the iHeartRadio app?
Okay.
Because I was wondering if you found out what your average listening age is.
My average listening age on another app told me that.
You mean on the iHeartRadio app?
Yeah. Well, correct. Yeah.
Told you it was what?
Truth be told, I've never. Anyway. Anyway, 27 or 26.
Oh,
I
you
think
skew
is
younger. Is that because do your kids listen to your account, or your music is just that young?
No,
is that because you're hanging out with babes?
What were some of your top artists of 2025? Morgan Wallen. Okay.
Morgan Wallen. Yep. Post Malone.
Yeah.
All right, you're skewing younger.
Our 21 Pilots is on there.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, now.
Calvin Harris.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the former Cowboys.
And then on the very bottom was kind of old school hip hop stuff.
Okay.
It was,
So you skew late 20s. Good for you.
Like 26, 27, something like that.
Oh, young.
Yeah.
Well done.
We always hear this kind of thing, but one of the things about being an athlete is that when you get injured, suddenly no one cares about you.
Oh, it's for sure. Yeah, you have a
written off.
Yeah, you're radioactive.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I had that yesterday. I was like, and I feel bad. I'm saying, if he's listening, my apologies.
Ooh.
When I heard this about Ty Chandler being reactivated, I was like,
oh, who's he?
Oh, yeah.
I decided today to open up Ty Chandler's window. Wow. He's been doing a really good job working his way back, and with timing is good with Corey Kiner getting poached by the Cardinals off of our practice squad. So having Ty out there will be really good to have him back.
I forgot about him.
Do you remember when he got hurt?
No.
First game of the season. I believe on the opening kickoff.
Oh, I think
of the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Well, here's another
you're
one.
right. I remember that.
I forgot we have Rondell Moore.
Well, he got hurt in the preseason,
that's
right?
true, too.
I know.
Like 3 plays.
Yeah.
Would he be eligible to be?
I think.
But he's hurt.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
he's out.
I think
He's
he's going to
ACL,
be.
right?
He might not be back until next season.
Hopefully.
For us or anybody else.
Ty Chandler, number 32 in your hearts, injured his knee during Week 1 game of 2025 versus Chicago. Played through the remainder of the game despite the injury. Even returned a kickoff to help seal the win. On September 11th of 2025, the Vikings placed Chandler on injured reserve because of that injured knee. And he's been reactivated to return again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah, and Aaron Jones' shoulder, we need healthy bodies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In that vein, it is probably time for a little bit of sports. Would you guys agree with that?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it right.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Please stop. Please.
Agreed. Flash, anything you want to discuss Gopher related before you get out of here in a little bit?
Let's talk college football.
Sure.
We'll talk more Gophers next week in terms of what they're doing with their roster, but this is a big weekend. So you could think about all of the college football playoff seeding is going to be figured out the next 5 days. And this coming weekend's a big weekend. This is the conference championship weekends. There's 9 games in college football. We'll talk about our bet here before we leave. But most of the seeding's kind of set. There's probably about 8 teams that are guaranteed locks. Think of a team like Ole Miss and Oklahoma. They're sitting there between 6 and 8 in the college football playoff rankings. They didn't make their conference championship, so regardless of what happens, they're in. But the games that could create total chaos, and there will possibly be total chaos, are a couple of them. So the first thing is Duke, which is 7-5, but finished 6-2 in their conference, is in the conference championship as a 7-5 team versus Virginia. And Duke gets in because 5 teams in that conference tied at 6-2, and the tiebreaker is who has the best winning percentages of the teams that they beat, right? And last week there was 2 big upsets. Miami beat Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh went from 1 loss to 2 losses. Man. And then Cal, on a last-second 52-yard field goal, beat SMU, which had 1 loss, and they go to 2. So no one even thought that Duke would be in. Well, now Duke, the smartest kids in college football, have a chance to beat Virginia, which they did lose to a couple weeks ago, 34-17. But if the smart kids, which I never bet against the smart kids, if the smart kids pull off the upset, Virginia is out as a college football playoff because the conference champion would get in, or the 5 highest rated conference champions get in. Well, dude, Duke's not on the radar. So Duke wins that game. The ACC is out of the college football playoff, which is crazy. Which then what happens is you then have likely 2 non-Power 4 conference champions that get in. And so there's a game between North Texas and Tulane, right? The powers of college football. That winner's going to get in for sure. And then James Madison plays some garbage team, Troy. And James Madison, if they win, which they probably will, they'll get in. So so it's the last game of the weekend, but Virginia loses at Duke. There's major chaos, and you have two kind of garbage teams in the college football playoff. The next thing that happens is Ben's conference. If BYU beats Texas Tech, which probably won't happen, but again, hard to beat a team twice. If BYU pulls off that upset, they get in. So now you move Notre Dame out for sure. And then what likely happens is Alabama, if they lose, they probably become the first team in the 12-team format that gets in as the 12th seed with 3 losses. Whoa. So there's actually a lot of, so if you're a college football geek like me, these games this weekend really do matter because I think chaos sets in, and a lot of what's going to happen this weekend is kind of the eye test, right? Indiana plays Ohio State. Indiana or Ohio State, if that's a close game, the loser of that game will still be a top 4 pick and have a bye week 1 of the playoffs, which is amazing.
Wow. Can you guys quickly give your opinions and explain the college football calendar? Because obviously with Lane Kiffin, a lot of people are complaining about, this shouldn't be a thing that's even possible, that a team that's 11-1 and fighting for a national championship has to have their coach go because he's going to take another job. It would be, can you imagine if KOC just left and took the Bears job? I know that doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't happen in any other sport.
That's what it is.
And Lane Kiffin just leaves, and now Ole Miss is still potentially a national champion without him.
Yep, and I think the difference is in the NFL, you cannot talk to a potential candidate until their season's over. Well, in college football, it's wide open. If you go back...
So what can we do, though? How can we fix this?
They could change the rules.
They can do whatever they want to do. They just never do. They don't ever make any rules.
There has to be a commissioner of college football that manages it across 134 teams in all the conferences that sets a calendar. The calendar has to align to the academic calendar, but the first thing that needs to be set is a college football playoff that actually happens and concludes in the month of December.
Yep.
And then when you have a championship game on New Year's Day, then the portal can open up after that game on January 2nd, and any coach can go wherever they want starting January 2nd. But that's the only way to clean it up. And the reason why that's so important is most colleges are back on campus for that second semester by mid-January. So you have to have a portal player commit and start school in mid-January. So the start date that you have to work from is when does that second semester start in general. And that's why we're gonna come in the studio and break down the college football championship game that's on January 20th. Yeah. It's just too late.
Yeah.
And that's where the calendar is so messed up. And when you do that, you think of Ole Miss having this record year. Well, and again, I think there's just so much noise around the program. It's a major distraction. And it could mess with their chance to be a national champion. It's dumb. It's totally avoidable.
To muddy everything up even more, there was one of the 2 national signing days yesterday. So
no, yes. Go ahead. Yes, correct.
Correct.
Yep. Yep. The major one.
Yes, because there is another one.
Yep. So think of Penn State. They haven't hired a coach. They didn't sign anybody.
Right.
My gosh.
So for my alma mater, our head coach stepped away yesterday. He retired. Chris Kleiman retired at Kansas State.
He left North Hennepin?
Found a better job.
Yeah. So they hire back Colin Klein, who was at K-State as a quarterback and as a coach, went to Texas A&M as the offensive coordinator, now is coming back. Well, all of this happens on National Signing Day, which wasn't National Signing Day, 10 years ago? They added this this early December.
Yeah.
They moved it up. So these kids are out there choosing schools, and all of a sudden the school that you maybe want to go to, the head coach retires on the day that you're going to sign with that team. Now, Kansas State's just an example, but it happens kind of all over the place. And then all of a sudden now Colin Klein may be having these recruits that he's recruiting to Texas A&M that he's got to be like, hey, hold on, guys.
Yeah.
I'm kind of talking to Kansas State right now. So how does that kind of legally with tampering, and I'm sure, is it Elko, the head coach at Texas A&M?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be pissed if he found out that his departing offensive coordinator was trying to woo these other kids to Kansas State. the whole thing is completely messed up. And the NCAA, along with the NIL stuff and everything that's going on, they do nothing. They are legitimately
so dumb.
An empty, hollow governing body.
Totally.
There are 4 letters there that stand for nothing. They don't do anything.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Agree.
And they have the power to do something.
They should totally change
They do
it.
nothing.
Good stuff.
So our bet this week, Ben gave 3 options. I'm trying to close the gap here. I'm going to lose to Ben, but I'm trying to minimize the payment. So this week he sends me, I'll take Ohio State over Indiana. Oh, really? I'll take Georgia over Alabama. Oh, really? But then
I took all the
he
favorites.
did. So he said Texas Tech minus 12.5.
Yes.
Now, Texas Tech just beat this team 29-7.
Yeah.
BYU. But you can't let 12.5 points sit out there. So I'm taking BYU.
I like it.
Plus 12.5.
Yeah.
And Ben's got he's going Texas Tech.
I take that, Fargo. That's good.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty good bet. But I love the game that everyone should watch this weekend is it will be really fun to see Chris Hockey's Indiana Hoosiers compete on the biggest stage of college football, the Big Ten Championship this weekend, to see if they can hang. And quite candidly, I think they're going to hang. It's, I think, 3.5, 4.5 points. And you watch to see. We talked about coaching changes. The Ohio State offensive coordinator, the dude that calls the plays, just took the head job at the University of South Florida.
Yeah, Heartline.
So again, there's this whole chaos in college football, not just the head coaches, but affects the coordinators. I think that's a major distraction for Ohio State. Watch Indiana pull off the upset.
Thanks, Flash. Appreciate it, man.
Bye. See you guys.
Vikings news with Ben Leber after this Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Hey, you can join Max Fuller at B52 Burgers and Brew in Lakeville tonight for a Michelob Ultra Wolves watch party. Stop by from 7 to 9 to enjoy food and drink specials and register to win prizes like an Anthony Edwards jersey. Details at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
All right, it is 7:48. Running a little late, so we should get right to it because Ben Leber is here, and he is our Vikings connection.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
You weren't the worst. Like,
no,
You tried hard.
You tried,
You really did.
Listen, all we ask, all we tell our kids, right? Just give great effort.
That's
Yes.
all. That's all.
That's all I try.
and
to
I
do.
assume that's what your defensive coordinator said to you is like, I don't think it's great that you're out there, but I
No.
love that you're giving full
he
effort.
hated it. Yeah.
You were a tryhard.
Yeah, through gritted teeth, he was like, get out.
Get out there.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by
Radco. Thank you, Radco. We appreciate it. KOC talked yesterday about his communication with our young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, who did practice yesterday.
It's part of the learning process of understanding, especially with the guys that are so competitive and have played a certain style and made a play to win a national championship by doing so, or whatever it is, maybe early on in their career, made a play to win a game by doing so, like just the totality of it. And when a full season's worth of information and data can now tell you that needs to be a part of your refined thought process, protecting yourself and getting what you can, and it's a positive play, and then you put a period on that sentence by your ability to move on and play the next snap.
I don't know. I feel like I'm walking right into a trap, but we alluded to this yesterday, Ben. I don't know why I feel like JJ is going to play well on Sunday. Maybe because the expectation and the bar is so low.
Yeah.
That I feel like it's not going to be a disaster. I don't know why I'm just kind of vibing that this is going to be his best game.
See,
like
this is
all 4 quarters, not just one brilliant quarter, like 4 quarters of solid quarterback play.
But this is what we do. This is the brilliance of the NFL, because we have 6 days to ruminate, to get emotional after a loss. Like on Monday and Tuesday, we collectively refresh. We get ready for the next opponent within the Washington Commanders. We start hearing things like this, and
then
we're like,
spin the wheel.
And we spin the wheel. We're like,
yeah,
maybe it was good for him just to sit out with that concussion last week. He's, maybe, this new sort of mental approach that they're going to have him just go out there and not overthink things, and yes, make good decisions, but just go out there and rip it. Just play football, do what you do best. Use your innate instincts of how to play football, because you've been doing it at a high level since high school and college. Like, yeah, it sounds great. Kind of hooks me again and thinking the same thing as you. So I don't know what the reality is going to be. I hope the reality is 4 quarters of clean, maybe not explosive football. I think that's where we may all have to, even probably KOC realizes he's got to dial back a little bit. Like, not everything has to be explosive like he's used to having an explosive offense. maybe just, all right, we'll pull the reins back a little bit and it'll be a little bit more conservative. And, we hope that we can run against this team. They've had kind of a shoddy run defense, but the last couple of weeks, they really kind of put things together. So, what are they really? Are the last 2 weeks, are they really figured out in the run defense, or are they kind of a defense that's going to give up a bunch? So, can we run the football against these guys and just, have some play action passes and kind of have some safe throws and all that stuff? So, I agree with you. The optimism is creeping up in me. But the reality of can he play 4 quarters of clean football?
Let's see how you're vibing on this. According to DraftKings, what number of yards is basically even money for JJ? So basically, what is the target number according to DraftKings for this week?
190.
God, you're good. That's the exact number.
Is it?
190 is at minus 104. So 190 is the number. What side do you take? Because if you go to 200 is plus 125. Yep, and then 180's at minus 134. So even money, 190. What side do you go?
I'll take the under on that.
You go under.
I'm going to take the under on that, but I'm going to take the under and keep it clean. And let's just say the biggest thing that we come out of this is he does not throw an interception. So it'll be, under the 190, clean, quick decisions, and maybe we don't have a huge run after catch, which kind of keeps that number down. But if he can get us in the red zone and throw a touchdown or 2 and throw for 180 and 2 touchdowns, I'm cool with that. Don't turn the ball over. That's our biggest Achilles heel right now is turnovers. So hopefully that's what KOC means by just making good decisions that's not going to be catastrophic.
Again, another impossible question. We kind of asked you this on Monday, but I want to see if your opinion has changed in the last 3 days. What kind of a game do you think Brosmer would have had to have had last week to still be the starter this week?
Doesn't matter.
You don't even if he'd gone for 350 and 3?
He could have went Nick Mullins on the bit and threw for 410 and 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Going back to what you and I talked about, this season, especially now, is about how can we develop what we think should be our franchise quarterback. And you don't do that by having him be a healthy scratch the following week.
I mean, again, I'm sure JJ was cheering for Max and Max cheers for JJ and all that kind of stuff, but that would have been devastating to the JJ argument if Brosmer goes out there for one game, lights it up, and then they go back to JJ and he sucks the rest of the year, and Max doesn't get another chance. He just has one awesome game and they go back to JJ. That would have been pretty devastating that he can't do it. We gave Max one game and he lit it up. Yeah. So the fact that Max struggled definitely helps the case that maybe there's just bigger problems that JJ can't solve on his own. That if you have JJ optimism, that's got to be it, right? Carson was okay. Brosmer looked like a disaster. JJ's kind of looked like a disaster. So maybe there's just something else going on that can be fixed.
The thing that JJ probably is they're sitting in meetings and they're breaking the film down on Monday is he has to be looking at himself thinking, here's an undrafted free agent that's only played at the FBS level for 1 year, whereas JJ played every single year in a high power conference. And here he is going through his progressions like a pro. And actually it was, what KOC said and what we all saw with our eyes almost too quickly. Like he was going through, some of the reads like way quicker than he probably should have and kind of missed some throws because of that. Where on the inverse, JJ's looking at that and his critique is, dude, you're missing throws because you're not getting through the progressions. Like stop taking so much time with each mechanical 1 to 2 to 3. Like it's got to be faster. So he probably is like, dang, like this. So I can do this, right? And like we've got a young guy over here with hardly any experience, and he's going through the progressions way faster than I am. So he can look at that 2 different ways. He can get down on himself and be like, shoot, man, like what's wrong with me? Or he says, okay, that if he can do it, then I can do it.
Thank you. Washington has nothing to play for. They've lost 7 straight.
Yeah.
And not a great defense.
No, not a great defense statistically. Like I said, I I do believe their defense is better than what the stats say, especially the last couple of weeks. They've had some, like a lot of teams. I mean, it's not unique to just us and to them, but they've had injuries. They got a safety back last week. They think that kind of put a cap on their defense a little bit better. Their communication was a little bit better. They're just
thank you.
They're getting guys healthy across the board on both offense and defense. I think since like week 7, Sam Cosme, the offensive lineman, came back and
Bill Cosme.
Yeah, it's actually Bill's nephew. And who's
going to line up against the Cos most often on Sunday?
The cops,
the feds.
Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
If one of the receivers for the Vikings scores, they got to do the Cosby dance from the opening theme song, right? Where they're all dancing in that like giant white room, that void.
Only Power Trip people would get it though.
Yeah.
God, that'd be great. Yeah, right. Just the Cosby dance.
Yeah.
Skip the gritty, do the Cosby. That's not good advice.
Kind of a stretch.
Don't quote Corey on that. Out of context.
Just do it. Just don't say it like that in the post-game press conference or the locker room with Ben.
Well, so what is the dance? You just like act like you're putting like an eyedropper in your drink?
No.
I think he's talking about
the actual TV show where they used to dance. Not his personal dance.
The Bill Cosby hotel dance where he's just kind of like frolicking around like.
Nope. I think he made those sound effects in the actual opening credits.
Just like he did in his picture page show.
I'm thinking about our former safety who's with the Colts now.
Yeah, Bynum.
Yeah, so for the touchdown celebration, you have people act like they're sitting at a bar.
Yeah.
And one of them act like a lady, and then you have Bill. I should probably stop now. Hey, here's KOC on Jackson and Darisaw and whether or not they'll be back.
Yeah, Donovan is not quite there yet from a standpoint of participating in practice, but he's rapidly recovering and doing everything in his power to be on the field. It's been awesome to see, and we'll see how that works towards the end of the week. He's proven coming off the wrist surgery earlier this year, he can go out there and play at a pretty high level if he can get to that place where he's stable and has the power and change of direction and those things. And then, like I said, Monday the plan for Christian is to have his normal kind of work week and flow and play in the football game.
Yeah, and that was sort of reflected in the injury report. I think CD was limited. Donovan was out, did not participate. There was actually, it was quite a big injury report, but a lot of guys were just limited. So that's good. I mean, you even look at Ryan Kelly with his hip injury. He was limited. Again, these practices at this point in the season, I don't think are high intensity. So what does limited look like? I'm not quite sure. And then you have some guys that just had a day off because of rest, which is so interesting.
Yeah, I saw you and Bursich talking that over on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, Bursich kind of tapped me on the shoulder and just making a joke about. Yeah, we were both vets in the league at some point in time. I don't know how I got there, just being a try-hard guy, but we never got days off. Like I never got a Wednesday and Thursday. Like really, to be honest, like all 3 of the work days are really, really important work days to be on the field, going through your mental checks, physically going through stuff. Pass drops are different sometimes versus certain teams versus what they do progression wise. Like there's so much valuable information to be gained by practicing during the week to get mentally and physically prepared for Sundays. And across the league, they give these vets just days off. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean, if you don't have an injury, maybe it's their way of masking injuries. Like they don't have to put it on the injury report. But just yet another reason why this generation of players are softer than when we played. That's okay. They make a lot of money.
Even you, though?
Well, it's hard to get softer than what I was. so maybe from like Bursich's standpoint, it was pretty soft.
You weren't.
But I
the
tried
best.
hard.
You did.
No, I did try hard.
Yeah.
I all bits aside, I love that guy thought he was complimenting you. He truly did. You know it wasn't malicious.
I know.
Isn't that nuts, though?
I know.
He
That's
truly
why
meant
I
to say it in a nice
That's
way.
why I'm just like, it just became.
It's just so
really awkward. Like you don't have to say anything.
But how do you not have that social radar where you know I can't tell a professional athlete I didn't think he was good. I just thought he tried hard.
You could be
That's
right.
nuts.
It's like he had to be audibly honest with himself. He couldn't just be like, hey, man, I thought you were a great player. Even if you didn't think I was.
Sure,
you had to make sure that I knew that, like, you weren't great. You weren't the best, is what he said. You weren't the best. Like, well, I know I wasn't the best.
It's like if I ran into the lead singer of Train, I wouldn't go, dear God. I'd go, awesome band, man. Congrats on all your success.
Yeah,
best of luck.
Tough business to be successful, right?
Like, great job, man. Love your music. If you work hard.
If you ran into God himself, you wouldn't say, dear God.
He wouldn't.
Why don't you do a lap? More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.